it's so funny because every time I think of someone ratting, I just think of Master Splinter grabbing some pizza and just going full Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But you know what's in store for us? That's gonna be match number 3. So Fallout, Vicky, take us away.
Thanks so much, Tiff. All I'm saying is if Master Splinter is the last rat alive in an Apex game, he's taking everybody out with him. You know, this is Master Splinter we're talking about. We're not talking about no chump. I'm just kidding. We're jumping in to game number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, home. Hope you're enjoying the gameplay here. Vicky, Fallout, back at it here for game 3, our last game on World's Edge before we switch over to Storm Point. I love the fact that halfway through the season here, we flipped. We're starting with World's Edge, which means we get to finish off on Storm Point, which you'll love to see. And it's so funny. Everyone loves Storm Point now. It's, you know, kind of one of their favorite competitive maps. People still like World's Edge, obviously, as well. But I remember when Storm Point first came out, people were like, oh, it's not going to be a competitive map. Now everyone's in love with it. Just goes to show with time, all things improve. And of course, what will Broken Moon be added as a third map? We'll find out, as it's really been I think personally it's shown well in the competitive maps that we've seen so far, competitive matches and tournaments we've seen so far on it, like the Nicholas tournament we casted.
Honestly, yeah, not only was Broken Moon very interesting to see, but I feel like with anything new, a lot of people are very quick to say, nah, this is not going to work out. Remember when Seer first came out? The very first week, everyone's like, oh, Seer, lackluster. And then the heartbeat sensor was absolutely broken, that you could be able to literally run while just holding onto the heartbeat sensor at the same time. Basically like an unstoppable scan that you could just hold down. And everybody was like, oh, wait, we can't rat anymore. This is absolutely insane right now. So I feel like every time there's something new that comes into competitive Apex, people are very quick to just kind of disregard it. Catalyst being like that new topic of interest right now, where Catalyst actually made waves on the Aurora Squad in the EMEA region. So I'm interested to see how the Catalyst meta may evolve in the future as we look more into competitive Apex and with more days to come.
Yeah, it's true. You know, one thing in regards to Catalyst, we mentioned it, how fun the EMEA games were. If you missed it, there was the most ridiculous endgame featuring Catalyst, Aurora in a 2 versus 3, a pure 2 versus 3 for the win. We thought there was no way they were going to win it. They drop a Catalyst wall, and the Catalyst wall and Ultimate allow them to clutch up and win the 2v3. It was one of the most ridiculous finishes. It was on Storm Point. I think it was game number 4. So make sure to go back and check out the EMEA broadcast if you didn't see it. At least that late game clip with Catalyst at full impact here in competitive Apex. You like to see Catalyst on display. One team rocking Catalyst here, one team rocking Gibraltar, Bloodhound, Bangalore, and Newcastle as well.
Also love to see E8 getting involved in an early fight with their quick rotations and some beautiful loot to rotate out of Fragment West with here too. You got the 2 purple Evos, they got KP to their name. Now it looks like a squad is down one of those teammates as they're going to try to rotate out of Fragment West. E8 are going to be able to come out on top. I believe it may have been FaZe that was bullied out of that choke point.
Interesting stuff. C9, I think, opting no longer to drop staging. First attempt ended up getting it. So not sure what changed. I didn't see the early game of that last game, but Cloud9 was dropping staging and was 50-50 first attempt, found success game 1 and survived late game 2. But right now there's a ton of traffic at this choke just south of Fragment East as we keep an eye on Cloud9. But guess what? FaZe is there in Lava Siphon, Slept On, Season, E8 all in the vicinity.
And FaZe not having a fun time too. I believe the one member that dropped from FaZe from E8 was Albert Lely. So they won't have their crypto to be able to scan those beacons flawlessly without any sort of pressure. Obviously the Valkyrie comes in clutch in moments like that, but that you really want that crypto drone so that way you don't have to overextend and give away your position. So let's see if they're able to even get the banner. I don't think they would, especially with C9 right behind them.
Yep. We'll keep a close eye on that as we do, and as things slow down. Quick note, 20 picks of Valkyrie. So it looks like both of our, I believe both teams were running Bangalore and Bloodhound. Now, must have changed it up. I don't think there was Valkyrie the third of Furia and Cloud9 always?
No, they weren't rocking the Valkyrie actually. So they were one of those squads that weren't relying on the Skyward Dive for rotation. And I believe that does really work well into their playstyle since they are an edge fighting team. So they wanted to rely on more so trying to cut off the rotations of other squads that are forced to go from one side of the map to the other.
Yeah, interesting enough, they abandoned that playstyle. Now, Cloud9 no longer running Bangalore and Bloodhound. They're playing Crypto and Valkyrie and Watson. Completely different comp, completely different playstyle here for Cloud9. So, I don't know if it's, let's just shake it up and maybe have multiple strats in the strat book or what. Meanwhile, we're taking a look here at the tripods. They find themselves in Skyhook with an early fight. Good damage off the rip from Gent.
Tripod's also having a pretty good last 2 games. I have to say, they are sitting in 10th in the overall standings right now. Their best placement getting 6. You see the beamage here coming in from Jet, but he has to reset. Pop that shield back.
And Nick's gonna drop the ultimate. They know they have the damage done, but it looks like Sentinels is gonna heal back to full. Guess who it is? It's Sentinels. This is such a fun, entertaining Pro League day when we saw Sentinels and the Tripods fighting for Overlook, and the Tripods had their way with them, to say the least. Well, guess what? We got a rematch.
Love to see this here. Seer ult for Seer ult. Everybody is in everybody's line of sight. You can see the grenades. You can see the black hole coming in. And remember, like I mentioned before, huge grenade toss right there to get that follow-up, forcing this squad to get on the high ground. They have that bridge, though, going in from one side of the building to the other, and deleting that Seer ult is going to allow them to try to push in.
Oh, but Jet's gonna take damage. The bait and switch gonna come through. Look at the teamwork here from Nick and Jet. Nick's gonna connect for some more. Does enough and stays alive. Is that enough for his teammates to be able to clean up, though, is the question.
Nickmercs needs to help reset right now. He's got the shield back that he's popping. Jet says, all right, everybody, don't look at me right now. Mind your own business, all right? Gotta go for a reset. D says, all right, we'll have to reposition ourselves too. Sentinels are like, okay, we can take a breather. They're gonna be able to back up, and Tripods have to go in for a reset on the low ground.
That was a memeable moment. Gent, I want to get some like heroic music, maybe final countdown. I'm gonna make a play, watch this, and then get stuck in vents on the lift. But here we go, Sentinels now with an opportunity. This fight's gonna continue. Jet could have closed it out right there, but unfortunately gets stuck. Here comes Sen Coach, AKA Tech, the substitute / coach for this team currently. We'll keep a close eye on him, but Sentinel's able to reset. Tripods the missed opportunity to close that out.
Well, Tripods, they basically cut their losses at the very middle of that fight. Just had to reset after you saw Nickmercs fall incredibly low, but this fight is going on for a really long time. Deeds falls incredibly low. He needs some help. He needs some suppressed fire from his teammates.
Here, they have to get a knock. They're going to get one. Jet takes out Crust, making it 2v2. Good shots come through. It's Nickmercs.
Get the advantage.
Left. Connects immediately with the Seer Q, and he's going to scan both of them. That's a huge Q coming through for Nick. Will the shield bat be popped? No! Nick gets the knock. What a play from Nickmercs here. He goes down, but Gentrifying cleans up. And just like that, the Tripods win it again, but a third party is here. All that for nothing. See you later, Tripods. See you later, Sentinels. The third party from the BR Demons, unfortunately, puts an end and a raid on their parade.
That was what I was most worried about. That fight took way too long. That was about a minute-long fight, and the BR Demons had all the time in the world to get whip of that fight and get involved. 100 Thieves now take to the skies with the Skyward Dive, predicting where the circle is going to be pulling. We have one of our southern circles, which is going to benefit the squads that get to rotate away from Thermal Station.
Yeah, look at 100 Thieves right next to HEC, formerly Atlanta Premier. They'll drop right next to him. And HEC says, we're not happy about that. Thank you very much. We didn't want any neighbors. Okay, we were content exactly where we were at, but 100 Thieves says, well, deal with it. You're gonna have to live with us right next to you for now. HEC gonna stack out, maintain these buildings, stay in control. Furia playing Edge and the Choke right above them. Furia continues to commit to this hard Edge playstyle, but I'd be interested to see what team comp they're running, because they have a Valkyrie on their team now, which is different than what they were running before.
I see somebody. Here, heck, they're going to be rocking 2 white Evos, Crook with the blue Evo. They're going to be taking their time to try to control the inside of these buildings here. 100 Thieves on the other side of that choke point like we saw before, with Furia holding the choke point to the north, though. They're going to be able to stop any squads that want to rotate away from Lava Fisher, away from staging if they want to wrap around, not get contested in that choke point that leaves them wide open for the squads that are looking at them from Thermal Station.
Prepare yourself. We have an enemy.
This things slow down here. Keep a close eye on HEC. This is where the crypto is so beneficial. You get all this information, can just scan from above and really understand the lay of the land, which teams are nearby, how to play your rotates. I mean, crucial info that you can get with crypto in these mid games to late games. That's why you see teams like Invictus Gaming, teams like the Guard that run this character, because they say at the end of the day, information is the most important thing in a battle royale. And actually, in chatting with both RKN and Noises, the IGLs of their respective squads, the Guard and IG, they both say if you can eliminate randomness in a battle royale, that's the name of the game. And I gotta say, first thing, kudos to Apex. I think more than any other BR, there's the opportunity, probably the least amount of randomness. There's obviously randomness in every battle royale, but least amount, and there's opportunities to mitigate randomness with characters like Crypto. And that's why these teams run cryptos, because you can get more information, you can get more intel that means you're more in control.
Yeah, that EMP is always a benefit when it comes to dealing with these pesky Seer ults, the Watson fences with so many squads bunkering down with either the Watsons or the Caustics. Always nice to see a legend like Crypto being utilized to the highest degree, and not just in the NA, but in almost every single region. Obviously, APAC benefiting off of that information more than any other region that we get to see. So many cryptos that take control over the APAC buildings when it comes to making those rotations, and as well as not trying to overextend for the beacon information with the crypto drones just flying around one each other. But 100 Thieves are not going to be going anywhere anytime soon, because they don't have the information of the next beacon, but they do want to be able to take the chance of the circle pulling in the 50-50 cents, where it can pull to their south on the outskirts of that lava, or even to their north.
Taking a look here at Oxygen. We poked up a few other squads. Meanwhile, the BR Demons, we know that they were all the way from Skyhook. They'll be creeping up on the choke point by Furia. They're walking it up on Furia right now. I can see this on my minimap on the side of the screen. If you pull the map and or that fight, it looks like BRD versus Furia might be ensuing. These are two teams that have confidence and are very proud, to say the least. They have the confidence in their ability to fight. I don't think either of these teams will back down. As I say that, though, BRD says, yeah, we're going to back down, Fallout.
Yeah, BR Demons are just going to rotate out of that situation, while E8 and Oxygen, though, duke it out. There's a lot of squads in this congested spot right here. Oxygen, Season, and E8. You see the Seer ult exhibition coming out. E8 are just going to look at some of the action happening with Mercy just trying to get away from the line of sight of not just the Thermite Grenade, but the Arc Star, too. He's on that fuse, and he's going to try to use that Knuckle Cluster to buy in some space for the rest of the squad, and Oxygen Esports want to fully send it in.
That's right. Here comes the push. Oxygen versus E8. Looks like it's going to be advantage Oxygen. They get the first 2 knocks. Got to be careful because Season is nearby. Season wants a third party. Oxygen does a good job. They don't get knocked, but as I say that, though, here comes Season. Marching their way in. Klane's going to take out Senpai. Casellos trying to get a shield cell off. Has the fast heal with the gold shield. But will it be enough? Has to go big down to 2v3.
There's another squad, I think, that could wrap around this rock and take a little bit of circle damage if they want to actually contest here. I do believe that may be Optic Gaming. They're taking to the skies with the Skyward Dive, and with this res, Oxygen Esports need to go for the quick reset. E8 get finally taken out here, and 16 squads left in this final game of World's Edge.
Yeah, so right now we have Oxygen, Optic, and Season all within the vicinity. Luminosity around the corner, FaZe as well. So those are the 5 teams currently playing at the southeast side of the map. TSM is alive on the northeast side of the next zone, but BR Demons might be creeping up on them here in a moment. So we'll have BR Demons, TSM, HEC, Furia, and 100 Thieves potentially fighting for the northern side of this map.
Absolute chaos here. You could see where the circle is going to be pulling. I'm looking at the squads that are going to take control over that sniper tower high ground above Thermal Station. I'm wondering if that's Esports Arena who make the quick rotation here. So they will have the positioning advantage. Also C9 that made the rotation away from Climatizer as quickly as they could into Thermal Station already. While Oxygen is going to loot up, you can see all the squads that are in that north side that Fallout was talking about, leaving that choke point. Fury is still hanging on to the edge of the circle. They're probably in the line of sight of Heck, who are inside of those buildings, and then 100 Thieves to their south. So even if they try to fully send it onto that squad, they have to worry about 100 Thieves trying to go in for a third party.
Things will slow down. Calm before the storm here in this game number 3, third and last game on World's Edge. And if you're just joining us, first off, welcome. The LGS Pro League, it's been a heck of a day. Neo is so much fun to watch. North America has not disappointed so far, but the reality is right now, it's very top-heavy. Our top 4 teams, Luminosity, 100 Thieves, Furia, and the Guard, have the majority of points, the lion's share of points in this competition. So every other team in this lobby, this is kind of the midway point through the 6-game series that they need to perform if they want to stay relevant, if they want a chance at top 3.
Oh, Fury's actually going to fully send it on to Heck here. This is what I was expecting. Again, they just have to worry about 100 Thieves that's to their south that can easily third party. Not too sure if this is a bait or if this is just them trying to share some of the building space on the bottom ground.
And when we talk often about why Watson is a lot more prevalent here on World's Edge, this is why. It's the buildings and the way they're designed. It's harder to break Watson fences, but HEC says, yeah, we don't want any of this. Actually, okay, I thought they were hiding in that the tunnel there. They're not going to be. HEC says, see you later. They're going to actually dipset. Fury is going to take control of this building and takes it for free. Heck is either above them or below them or nearby somewhere, maybe in the other building adjacent, but nonetheless, I'd be interested to hear some of the comms here from Furia as we're currently watching Furia on screen. His Watson and co will take this building and take control with HCC nearby and 100 Thieves as well, Vicky.
With Furia also taking control of the high ground right here, we're going to jump into a listening with Furia to see what their next move is going to do in terms of pressuring 100 Thieves and Heck over to their left.
He has that fucking... Team's playing up here. I don't even know if they have a good spot.
I think they have the fence line still. I'm not really poking because I'm only 2-6 and I only have a 1-2 anyway.
Right again, bro. We're chilling.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Wow, I mean, are we cheating? I told you it went houses. The doubt, boys, the doubt. Oh my god. I was looking at the data mine zones recently and I was like, man, this is the only ending we got.
Yeah. He was good data mine, To be honest, that was solid. Good thing we got that unfair information to give us a competitive advantage.
Alright, well, I'm literally just chilling, saving them.
I'm too open mind.
Well, Furia listening's guaranteed comedic relief for these broadcasts. You know, you love his Watson, Zero, Tricky, and Panders. Quite the personalities in Apex.
Look, if his Watson wants to get another clip of me talking about his team, Furia wins. They need to take a W, okay? They got to take the W like they clipped me before. They got to earn it. I know Furia, they've come into my DMs just to show me the clip because they absolutely enjoyed it too. But with that final circle positioning, they can absolutely do it. BR Demons can't say the same though. After losing out on Vayne currently, they'll have some time. Hopefully the squad inside this building doesn't push them.
You're saying is Furia slipped in your DMs. That's all I heard, Vicky. That's not what you said.
Yes, they did. They had to show me the clip.
That's right. Shout out to the org. Furia, one of the best Twitter engagement accounts that we got in Apex. A lot of our orgs are always having fun and memeing each other. On board right now with BR Demons on the high ground. One of our free agent squads, by the way. So speaking of orgs, if you're looking to pick up a team in Apex, this is certainly an up-and-coming squad that's been performing so incredibly well with a chance to qualify for LAN. Switching on over to Optic Gaming. Speaking about orgs that have entered Apex and performed well, Optic has been on top, but this Pro League split has not necessarily been the case. Currently hovering in 10th or 11th place. Not necessarily where we're used to seeing them. Here comes Furia. They're going to lose one. Zera goes down. Optic is trying to take their spot. They take out Zera early. Panders, Watson, they were just chilling a second ago. They had all the confidence, all the lulls, but right now they got to clutch up.
They did go for a reset here with Panders popping up that shield, but it's Optic Gaming, so it's a 2v2 currently right now. Fury do manage to get the reset, and they have the gold knockdown shield, so they get the res with some additional health to work with, which puts them in the advantage of this fight versus Optic.
And that'll be the first kill picked up on Skittlecake. So Optic loses one. Furia says, back off. This is our building. Thank you very much. They'll take it, and they'll maintain control. Furia with a chance to go back again to a top 3 finish here, Vicky. Consistent top 3 finishes for Furia so far on World's Edge. They certainly turned up. Bangalore, Horizon, and Bloodhounds. They're actually running a Valky's comp. The data I had was incorrect. Sorry about that. I saw 20 Valks, but it might have been wrong there. Meanwhile, the kill feed's gonna be lit up completely. Faye's gonna get eliminated. SSG picking up some kills as well.
Yeah, really works into their favor. They didn't run the Valk in the last one either, too. So Optic Gaming, though, losing out now on 2, only leaving up to Noct. Here comes the EMP from the Crypto. Where are you going to go here with your Evo Shield basically non-existent currently? He gets the cleanup on the finish, so that way he can get the shield swap quickly. The grenade DOS to his feet. Can he get the banner real quick here? Maybe he could go for another shield swap just in case he gets it.
Well, Furia Twitter account, maybe you're right. Maybe I do jinx things. Furia's gonna get taken out. It's gonna be HEC and Optic who end up eliminating Furia, but TSM enters the chat. They find themselves a few eliminations as well. Verhulst does go down to the hands of Capra with the charge rifle long range, so TSM is damaged right now, but they find a few kill points. TSM's been so quiet today. That was one of the big storylines, Vicky. We said, is TSM the best team in NA right now? Well, it doesn't look like it after these first 2 games. They gotta go big here in game 3.
I feel like this is one of the TSM script. Oh, the beamage with the Vault. Look, enemy, all he needs is a Vault with nothing attached to it and a Mozambique and a Dream. That's sometimes all you gotta work with here from Heck. And he's got the high ground too. Versus an RE45, what will win? Enemies Mozambique or a nicely kitted up RE45 with the disruptor rounds?
Yeah, so it's one last member of HEC. It's the young rookie, 17-year-old Mexican-American enemy. He's been so incredibly strong for this team. Really was the big missing key for them that turned things around. Well, 2 members of TSM right outside. It's Hal and Reps, the duo. TSM, a final 2 left in this lobby. We'll see if they can do it. We've seen them do it before as a duo. Optic also a duo nearby. 100 Thieves, Esports Arena, all on the north side of the map. Meanwhile, on the south side of the map, we have Slept On, The Guard, Oxygen, BR Demons, Space Station. A big fight right now between Oxygen, The Guard, and BR Demons, all around the donut building.
Heck finally get eliminated. That was enemy who was on the high ground that we just saw rocking the Volt and the Mozambique. Now 100 Thieves bullied out of their own spot that they were holding for a really long time. Scurry falling incredibly low, but he's got the wall up, but not before he comes out. He gets knocked.
And Onmu gonna come and try and bodyguard. This is a chance for Optic to push. They know they got the knock. I think they got that intel. Actually, I don't know if they did because SSG got the knock from far away. So they'll reset to full. TSM gets a knock. Verholt's gonna get taken out right after though. Hal knocked as well. ESA looking to take out TSM. It's all up to Reps, the last member alive. And there you go. They're gonna do it. But TSM falls right after in the kill feed. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves. Scurry goes down again. The damage is gonna be enough to knock Scurry. But 100 Thieves, so consistent this team comp, is perhaps the better version of Crypto for late game consistency.
Yep, talk about consistency, talk about how the Newcastle's working out for 100 Thieves right here. I love this gameplay from 100 Thieves and not getting ahead of themselves. Even though there was so much fighting happening in the lot right behind them, they didn't give up the position from the very beginning. They were making sure that the squad right across the lava was not going to be able to take their spot because that's them circle keeping a squad that could potentially get onto the high ground where they're positioned right now. Wondering what their next move is going to be because they're going to be in the line of sight of all these squads that are right below them.
100 Thieves right now on top. Mount Sinai, taking a look at everyone else below them. They just get to chill. Stress-free game for that, relatively speaking, because they were able to survive the damage and duress that they were under. Meanwhile, they're going to get a knock on Protectful, and here comes the damage. The nades are going to be tossed. No Watson pylon to prevent them. Caselos last alive for Oxygen. One of our bubble teams in 22nd or 23rd place that needed to perform today, and not the best start on World's Edge. Not looking like it might not be the best finish unless Caselos can do something miraculous here.
You know what squad is looking like they're trying to start and end things off strongly? It's the guard playing right underneath them. A nice Kraber shot coming in from Psycho, though, landing onto Vaxel. That space station playing up the low ground here, too.
Yeah, there you go. Caselos just drops immediately to his death. That's it for Oxygen. Out in 6th. Space Station in 5th place right now. My team to watch in today's competition based on how well they did last Pro League day. That's going to be a great missile swarm, and it's going to get the knock. And it looks like 100 Thieves is going to get taken out. It was a tough rotate for them. There was lava in front of them. They had to drop off high ground. And it looks like 100 Thieves is going to be eliminated in 5th. So as it remains, Space Station, the guard showing consistency, BR Demons, and Slept On, your 4 teams remaining.
Last 4 teams remaining. Space Station on the other side of this wall with a nice perimeter set up for them to contest any of the squads that want to push in onto them. RKN having the white Evo shield. Wonder if that's a shield swap right here or a quick reset. BR Demons, though, have the high ground. We talked about Pride Rock in game number 1. Well, guess what? They stack rock on rock and now are on top of this big building. Who's going to try to contest them in the space like this?
Yeah, BR Demons with the win condition and with complete control of high ground. The guards, see you later. 3 squads left, and most of them are Challenger Circuit teams. The BR Demons rotating all the way from Skyhook. They drop from high, and they will actually get melted. Vayne almost goes down, but they do the melting themselves. Aiden works his way back up to high ground, pops the shield bat, and it looks like Vayne's not going to be able to get there, but Reeds is. Here comes the drop. Aiden pushes through. It's a 1v2. Aiden, you got to go huge. No! He will get shut down. Back to Frex, making a 2v1, and Space Station's going to do it. Space Station wins game number 3.
What a way to end World's Edge for Space Station right now. The squads that we had our eyes on for them to perform to the best capability to be in our top 10 in the overall NA leaderboards.
That's right.